Tech Lyceum, a podcast by Birlasoft.
Welcome everybody to episode 10 of the Tech Lyceum series. Our topic for today's podcast is scaling enterprise data management with Data Fabric and unleashing the value of your business data. Now, it's going to be a very exciting episode, and joining us to amp up the excitement is Deepak Gupta, Practice Head of Data and Analytics Transformation Services at Birlasoft. And today we're talking about data management like we've established. So let's go right ahead and give Deepak a warm Tech Lyceum welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Deepak.
Thank you, Neerja. Pleased to be here.
Great to have you, Deepak. Let's dive straight in. Data management is one of the hottest topics in the digital transformation business today, right? So could you talk to us about how data management has changed over the last few years and where do you think it's headed?
Of course. So anyone who has been in data business from last few years has seen a lot of things change. For example, the introduction of cloud computing to enterprise IT, the use of SaaS and PaaS solutions, IoT, basically the Internet of Things, and now AI and ML. What's noteworthy here is that even the small businesses are using these technologies today. And each of these technologies has not only contributed to the growth of data, but also added to its complexity. Now, there are many data sources, hundreds of formats, and even the data architecture has evolved from managing data in legacy applications, on-premise databases, to now enterprise-level data warehouses, the data lakes, lake houses, data marts, and all in cloud now. At the same time, data management has also become more important. If you look, especially because of security and privacy risk, any inefficiency in data quality can cause huge losses. And there are a lot of governance requirements as well. And that's why, if you ask me, industry is talking about new paradigms like data fabric, data mesh.
Right. Let's also maybe understand what does a data fabric mean? Could you enlighten us?
Firstly, right, this data fabric is like a word everybody is trying to understand. It's just a data management design. It's not a tool or a technology, first of all.
Right.
It facilitates faster, high quality, integrated data view to all consumers, abstracting the data complexity, which is actually caused because of heterogeneous data sources, different deployment approaches, etc. So what Data Factory actually does, it makes use of metadata, the semantics which came out from all the different sources, build a centralized data asset, which actually act as an intelligent orchestration engine to recommend like flexible data integration pipelines and in fact bring the automation in the entire data availability and usage.
All right. So Deepak, you mentioned that Data Fabric is a data management design pattern, right? How is this implemented and will all organizations implement it in the same way?
Oh, excellent question. First of all, Data Fabric doesn't refer to a single architectural blueprint. What does it mean? Like you said, right? It's a pattern which has some essential components which are deployed depending upon what business need and what is the maturity of an organization. For instance, you have an augmented data cataloging layer which manage all data assets. Then there is a metadata layer which will stitch active and passive metadata which is coming from all sources. And similarly, there would be a knowledge graph layer with semantic analytics as a recommending engine. So there are multiple layers which are deployed based on the business needs.
Okay, this sounds interesting. Deepak, you also mentioned data mesh a while back. How is that different from a data fabric?
Excellent question again. Data mesh is a very different concept where you aim for decentralization of data management based on domains. With a data mesh, data assets are managed like a product, and each of these data products are managed by business domains. While Data Fabric is a more technology-centric design versus data mesh is more people or process focused. You see, data mesh is focused on organizational change. It brings greater autonomy to business domains and encourage them to build business-aligned data products.
So can we draw a comparison here? Is one better than the other?
Honestly, not really. Data Mesh and Data Fabric solves the problem of data management though, but in two different ways. When you use a data mesh, you effectively distribute the responsibility of data management to your domain teams. It's more like a decentralization approach, which brings more autonomy to domain teams. On the other hand, Data Fabric centralizes data management. But in addition to that, it also do a lot of other stuff. Like, for example, bringing simplicity, standardization to data integration, storage, pipeline, processing, automation, etc.
Right.
That's why when you have a data mesh, you don't have a single point of failure. It may bring better agility, but at the cost of standardization. But with a data fabric, you get consistent data governance. In fact, you can implement data quality, you can implement security, storage standards all across your data assets. In fact, you can reduce redundant storage and processing and streamline the entire analytics layer, including reporting. Although it may slow down domain-specific innovations and it can slow down experimentation because your team will not have the autonomy to explore new technologies. So I would say there are two different ways to solve the same problem and which has pros and cons of each other.
Right, that's quite a comprehensive comparison you've given us there, Deepak. And let me ask you this, in your work with clients, right, what are some of the key benefits that a data fabric has delivered?
Well, we have worked with a lot of clients across many industries where they're disrupting their sector, either through cutting edge data analytics use cases. We have customers who are building custom data platforms like fraud detections, preventive maintenance, risk modeling, return to office, etc., etc. But one observation that has been consistent is data management is a crucial aspect to bring method to innovate the data. And what we find out specifically with Fabric implementation, organizations were able to reduce human effort by almost 50% through all these different automation mechanism and orchestration styles. And more importantly, the data adoption and utilization increased by 400%. Although such matrices are subject to context of business, but we are seeing tremendous improvement in those areas.
That's great to hear. And I'm sure our audience has found some very compelling insights on data management in this episode. So thank you so much for joining us, Deepak, and allowing us to share in your wisdom.
Oh, my pleasure joining you, Nija. And just to give you an idea, we at Birlasoft have very strong data analytics competency. We support end-to-end data value chain, right from data platform modernization, data engineering and integrations, data visualizations, have a lot of focus on AI, machine learning, data sciences, and we also have a very strong unit around master data management, data governance.
That's fantastic, Deepak. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You were listening to Tech Lyceum, a podcast by Birlasoft.